It's not every day that you attend a total stranger's birth, especially when you're not even part of the medical team. But as a consecutive interpreter, that's exactly what happened with me. I was there from the contractions to the epidural to the pushing, all the way to delivery. And yes, I stayed through it all. Here's what no one tells you about interpreting during a labor session. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elhan. I'm an interpreter and children's author. What I like to do usually in the evenings is take a few calls. And last night I logged into the system around maybe 10:30, 11, and I received this call and it was from labor and delivery. I interpreted for the anesthesiologist. The nurse was a little worried that I've been on the line for a while, so I told her not to worry about me. I stayed on the line until the baby was born. And even the immediate care that they do for the baby afterwards, I was there for that as well. So here are some of the facts that I would like to share with you about such a call with labor and delivery. Let's be honest, labor calls can be very long. You'll have long silences between contractions. You can sit in wait mode for 10 to 20 minutes at a time, and it's late at night. You might be tired. And yes, most births are during the night. There is a scientific reason for it, but I'll let you go and look that up. You'll be tired. You might be yawning, but you need to stay present. You need to remember that the woman who is in labor is in an unbelievable amount of pain. Sometimes she is not able to respond because she's just taking her breath. She's trying to process the pain. And you need to know that's okay for you to wait. Don't repeat things unnecessarily because she can hear you. Silence is part of the interpreting during these moments. And sometimes providers even are at unease because of that. They think they're making the interpreter wait on the line. But the reality is, this is part of the interpreter's job, to be present. Another aspect is if you are a male. If you're a male during such a session, make sure that the provider allows you to continue, that the woman in labor is okay with you being online. Even though you're not in person in the room, you are on the phone, but you can hear everything. So make sure that all parties are okay with you being the one interpreting for that labor session. You can always suggest transferring to a female interpreter, or if the system doesn't allow you, ending the call and them calling the company again to get another interpreter. So regarding the tone and voice, how should that be? During the contractions, the epidural, everyone was very calm, and the interpreter needs to match the tone, the energy of the providers and convey it to the patient. However, towards the final moments of the birth, they were raising their voice. They needed to get the mother motivated to be in action. And the interpreter also had to match their energy and tone of voice, because the patient is getting the information from you, the interpreter. So be part of the emotional energy, even though you are not physically in the room. I understand that not everyone can stay for such long calls during the night. If you can't, you can dismiss yourself respectfully. You can inform the provider that you can transfer the call. When the nurse asked me if I could stay, I said, yes, I can be here for another hour, and the session ended within that hour. I also like to share something personal with you. Why did I stay? I didn't have to stay. It was late at night. I was tired. I really needed a nap. That day, I did not take the nap. I wanted to sleep much earlier than when the call ended. Why did I stay? I stayed, first of all, because such experiences are not an everyday experience for an interpreter. So it was a special moment for me, both professionally and on a personal level. I see myself as a very lucky person as an interpreter because I get to attend many different scenarios. And being part of such vulnerable moments in people's lives is an honor, is a true honor. Even though I don't know who the patient was, I don't know the family members who were present in the room, but I got to be part of their most special moment. Important point also is that sometimes some things happen in that interpreting session. This kind of session is emotional in its nature. And as interpreters, we are human beings, but we need to have that shield and stay professional and interpret and act as the provider is acting, basically. One important thing during these moments, there are many micro decisions that are happening as things are moving forward. This mother who is in labor has to take some major decisions about the epidural, for instance, about the way the labor was proceeding and advancing, about some decisions related to her baby after the baby was born. And we interpreters, as people, might have different opinions than what the patient is deciding to do at that moment. You are just interpreting. This is not you. This is not your moment. You respect this person's decisions and you only interpret. Do not interfere in any way, shape, or form. It does take some training to keep your emotions out of the situation. You have your opinions as an interpreter, but during the interpreting session, you leave those opinions aside. You are only a mirror, both for the patient to the provider and for the provider to the patient. I saw this interpreting session as a moment of reflection. It reminded me that interpreting is an act of service. We interpreters get to witness people at their most vulnerable moments. And the best thing we can do is be present, be patient, and show your strength. Being an interpreter sometimes is more than just a career, especially in those long hours, quiet moments, and loud deliveries. Remember, you're not just a voice, you are a bridge. If you've ever interpreted during a vulnerable moment, I would love to hear from you. Tell me your experience, how you felt. What were some of the lessons that you've learned throughout that session? And how did you stay professional and kept your emotions separate from that moment? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and have a look at the rest of my videos that are related to interpreting. And see you next time.